Okay, the title of our paper will be Integer Mix Number 1. Integer Mix Number 1. That's because we'll do add, subtract, multiply, and divide integers. It's a mixture. So please write the problem, and then we can put the answer in there. So our first one is negative 60 divided by negative 10. Okay, well, 10 goes into 60 6 times. And then I count my negatives. Here's one negative, two negatives canceled. So the answer is just 6. Number 2, negative 25 divided by 5. Let's see, 5 goes into 25 5 times. There's one negative. Therefore, the answer is negative. Number 3, we have negative 4 plus 14. Okay, see if you can put the answer down before I do. Okay, they're different signs, so I subtract. 14 take, I know my answer is positive because there's more positive. 14 take away 4 is simply 10. And there's more positive. The answer is positive 10. It's the same as 14 minus 4, 10. Number 4, we have negative 8 minus negative 20. Negative 8 minus negative 20. And the answer is? Well, let's see. I have negative 8. Now this makes a big plus, right? Isn't this the opposite of negative makes a big plus? So really what we have is negative 8 plus 20. That's what we have. So really that's like 20 minus 8. 20 take away 8 is just 12, positive 12. Number 5, 6 minus negative 8 minus 3. Okay, so let's see. We have 6 minus negative 8. Well, this is like 6. I'll put this down here. 6. This makes a big plus. And then we have minus 3. And if you want to, you can just go left or right. 6 and 8 is 14. And 14 minus 3. 14 take away 3 is 11. This problem is very similar. 3 minus negative 8 minus 2. Okay, try to find the answer before I do. So let's see, 3 and 8, that's 11. And 11 minus 2 is 9. Okay, number 7. We have negative 8 minus negative 2 plus 5. Okay, so let's see, I have negative 8 That makes a big plus. Now, if you want to, you can do 2 at a time if you want to. Or I could do my negative, then I have both my positives. It's up to you. I'll just go left to right. So if I go left to right, -8 plus 2 is -6. And see these two right here? I did that. And -6 and 5 is -1. Number 8, -6 minus -7 minus -5. Okay, try to solve that before I do. So we have -6. This makes a big plus. This makes a big plus, +5. Okay, and I'll just go 2 at a time. -6 and 7, that's 7 minus 6. That's 1. Bring down, so these two together is 1. And there's your answer. So I'm running out of room on the bottom, so I'm just going to back up to the top, to the side. Number 9, 3 minus 5 minus -9. So really I have is, now you could do this shorter, but I have 3 minus 5, this is a big plus, +9. Now if you want, we'll just do 2 at a time, or we could add up the positives and subtract the negatives. It's up to you. But 3 minus 5 is -2. -2 plus 9. Right? This is -2. And 9 minus 2 is 7. And please remember that 3 minus 5, that's the same as 3 and -5. 5 negatives. 5 negatives, 3 positives, that leaves us with 2 negatives. Okay, this next one has both multiply, subtraction, and division. So let's write the problem first. We have -5 times -7. And the reason why we put parentheses around it is so that we know we don't want to get mixed up that it's subtraction. -20 divided by 10. Okay, I'm going to write something at the top of my paper, and I wish you would do this also. And this was order of operations. And in case you remember, you remember PEMDAS? And I write mine a little bit differently because remember you have parentheses. This is the first thing you do. If there is parentheses, this is the first thing. Exponents, that would be the second thing. Multiply or divide, going left to right. Whichever comes first, it's either multiply or divide. This would be the third thing. And the fourth, the last, is you do adding or subtracting, going left to right, whichever comes first. Because sometimes you could divide before multiply. Okay, it just depends on what comes first, going left to right, like you're reading it. Same thing with adding or subtracting. Okay, so sometimes, it's not always multiply before division. Sometimes it isn't. Okay, now let's go to our problem. I'm just going to kind of do my first grade clouds. Okay, so now let's go to our problem right here. We don't have parentheses or exponents, but there is multiply or divide, add or subtract. So now we go to here. All right, so notice the operations. There are 3 of them. There is multiplication, there's subtraction, and here's division. So going left to right, let's first take care of this. Right there, let's take care of that. So -5 times -7. 5 times 7, 2 negatives. 2 negatives, cancel. All right, so we took care of this. Now I have a minus and a divide. Wait a minute, I have to do divide before I do any minus. How do I know that? Because of this. Remember, you do any division first before any subtraction. This is the order. That's why it's called order of operations. So we're not going to do any subtraction yet. We'll do this right here. We'll do this. We have to do this operation before subtraction. 20 divided by 10. 20 divided by 10 is just 2, right? Doesn't 2 go into 20? 10 goes into 20 2 times. So now we have 35 minus 2. And there's our answer. Now some people say, well, didn't we say, what about if this is a negative? Couldn't we say this is negative? Sure. Negative 20 times, that would make it -2. So 35 and -2 is the same as 35 minus 2. It will come out the same. Okay, this is our last problem. So -6 times -5 minus -8 divided by -4. Okay, do you see the 3 operations? We have multiply, we have, this is subtract, and this is divide, just like we did before. And so we'll do the same. We're going to do this first, and then this second. So we'll take care of the multiplying first. 6 times 5 is 30. 2 negative numbers cancel. So it's positive 30. I have minus, and now I have this. I'm going to do this division problem right here. 8 divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And I have 1 negative, 2 they cancel. 2 negatives cancel, so it's just 2. 30 minus 2. And there's our answer.